Hey guys, here's another one to help you out. Why don't we take a look at another one? We did one like this in class as well. Why don't we do this one here? The one that looks like a, like a wedge of cheese or something, or maybe a ramp, like a skateboard ramp. Okay, so it is a triangular prism. So I will try to draw it here. Let's see, got our triangle, of course. Sort of makes it look like it goes back. And there we go. And if we want to put in the dotted lines, we can put in the dotted lines. Something like that. Okay, and let's see, the right angle goes here, of course, and this was 12 meters, this was 5 meters, this is 3 meters, and this is 13 meters. Alright, sorry, here you go. The good news is this is always the same for prisms. It is always, and this we did in class. Remember this? If you were to add up every single individual side, right, that would give you the surface area. Well, there's the shortcut, of course, is that when you add up each individual side, what we showed in class was you can just rewrite it as 2 times the base plus the perimeter of the base times the height, because this part right here takes care of all the other pieces. The hard part on one like this is I guarantee you most of you watching this will say the base is 12 by 5, because that's kind of the bottom. But remember, the bases have to be parallel and congruent. What that means is, in this case, the bases are the triangles, because the triangles are parallel and congruent. Okay, so in this case, it's sort of the front and the back. Again, if you want to think of this as, if it was this way instead and then it got pushed over, fine, but it doesn't really matter. You just got to realize that the bases are always congruent and parallel. If you pick the bottom to be your base, well, there better be a top that matches it. Actually, I should hold it like this, right? If you want to pick the right side to be a base, well, then there better be a left side that matches it. But in this case, you have a front that's the base, you have a back that's the base, and there's your bases. There are your bases, okay? So the surface area is going to be 2 times area of the base. Well, my base is a triangle, and we know how to find area of a triangle, of course. That's 1/2 base times height. Now, be careful. When I say it in that context, I'm talking about the 12. The big B is the actual area of the triangle itself. But when I'm doing, just the area of a triangle on its own, if I were to just kind of pull that out, make it a triangle 12 by 5, I could call this the base and I could call that the height. Okay, thanks, Starburst. That's really helpful. Let me put you down. Let's try that again. So I'm going to say the word base, but you have to understand what the context is I'm talking about. And I try to be really clear when I say it. I'm definitely clear when I write it, because I always use the big B, but just be aware when I say it like that. So 1/2 little base here, 12 by little height here, 12 by 5, plus the perimeter of the base, all right, 12 plus 5 plus, okay, that's 13. So what's that, 30? Times the height. Now here again, just like in the last video, this is where most people get confused. It's so tempting to just say the height is 5. And you know what? In the context of just talking about the triangle, the height is 5. But this is the height of the prism, not necessarily the height of the, the triangle here. Remember, the height has to be perpendicular to the base, the big B, the big base. And the easy trick to remember is the height is what connects the 2 bases. The height connects the 2 bases. And technically there's one back here too. The height connects the 2 bases. So in this case, the height is actually 3. And that's the easiest place to mess up. Okay, so watch out for that. So this becomes, what's that, 60 plus 90, just 150. And that's meters, squared? Okay, so there's really no other way to do that one. So like the first one, I had a couple of options, remember, because we picked different bases. But there was nothing else we could really do. There's nothing else we can really do with this one, and you're just kind of stuck there. Okay? Alright, again, hopefully that helped. Let me know if you have any follow-up questions, and I will talk to you guys later. See ya.